guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the pay to win account, and if you're anything like me, we have slowed to a halt with progression when it comes to the Infernal Fortress. We did make it to floor 306, so we have made solid progression through here. Remember, this is just absolutely raining Stargazer cards, guys. This is the reason why we really want to push this, is because of the Stargazer cards. But the priority for building out heroes for the tower is a little bit different from the wish list, which is what we're going to cover today. So I was working with Javid last night about which heroes to kind of priority when it comes to the tower. And it is a little bit different than what we have for the wish list. So the first, of course, number one, guys, is Lucretia. Lucretia, of course, super powerful with her armor. The plus 30 signature item is almost absolutely required because this gives her the 50% boost versus the 30% boost. If you can only do the plus 20, it will work, but the plus 30 signature item for that 50% boost does really help in there, and so does this 3 of 9 furniture. 9 of 9 with her, again, ideal, but the 3 of 9 on here will work until you start getting into high level deficiencies. And that's really the big difference here, is when you continue to push the tower and you start getting into the higher level deficiencies. Lucretia by herself is not going to be enough. She will actually die out relatively early, so you do need a team to support her. So coming in at number 2 is Aziz, guys. There isn't very many heroes that do what Aziz does and how well he does. He has a attack reduction, which is really big, which helps with Lucretia's ability to survive, and that is where he really plays the key role. He also does have Feeble Mind, again, attack rating reduction, which is exactly what you want. Horrify, so preventing the enemies from doing their ultimate ability, again, preventing Lucretia from dying. Then, of course, the Mental Fury, which gives you a health recovery rating, which is good as well. Again, with his signature item, it's good to have it built up a little bit, but not a huge priority, which is the same with the furniture. This is good just because he takes a little bit less damage, again, with his survivability. A lot of players see him as a tank, but he is actually support. So he does have to have a little bit of viability with the survivability in there. Next one we look at are kind of two unique heroes. One is Mahira. So Mahira is a hero that only needs to be built to Mythic to unlock the signature item. With her signature item, building it up doesn't really have that much of a difference. When you start getting, again, into higher level deficiencies, definitely getting the plus 30 signature item on her is very powerful. The furniture is not. Most players do not build Mahira with furniture. I did put a little bit of furniture on her, but ultimately the only thing you're looking for Mahira, and the biggest thing, is of course the Mesmerize effect. So as long as she can get her crowd control off, you'll usually win the battle, again, allowing Lucretia to do a significant amount of damage to the targets that are killing themselves with the crowd control that Mahira is building. So the next one we look at is Khazard. Khazard does have that, does have to have the plus 30 signature item, guys. That is really where Khazard himself shines. So looking at his plus 30 signature item, increases the duration of the most negative debuff effects, which are currently affecting all enemies on the battlefield, by 60%. That goes perfect with the abilities that we see from our other heroes, including Lucretia and Aziz, and especially true when it comes to Mahira, because Mahira has the Mesmerize ability, which this is going to increase the duration of that Mesmerize ability, making it super powerful. In addition, Khazard brings heavy crowd control as well. With his critical strikes, he will actually freeze heroes, which makes him stronger. His furniture is good as well. This is really the one that you want to focus on when it comes to Khazard. If the ability Glacial Shard, if a single enemy is struck by 2 shards, they'll be frozen. Again, the crowd control aspect that he brings in here will help Lucretia burn through enemies even faster because they're not doing damage to her. Again, the cheese with Lucretia will work for quite a while, but ultimately you're going to have another team to support her with the abilities that she possesses. The final one, guys, is of course Zolrath. Zolrath, again, another hero which is a really big priority. Zolrath does need the plus 30 signature item Damage ignores defense rating and damage immunity effects of enemies that have less than 40% of their max health. So as Lucretia is burning through them, Zolrath is going to kick this damage into overdrive as soon as they hit that less than 40% of the maximum health, ignoring all defense, ignoring all damage immunity, which again, for formations, this is going to work out perfectly. Plus 30 signature item and his 3 of 9 furniture, guys. This one, again, is really phenomenal when it comes to the energy regeneration of the heroes. Because remember, we're talking about the Hypogean Tower, so you don't have Rowan, you don't have a lot of the energy batteries, you don't have twins, you don't have a lot of the heroes that specifically regenerate or build energy, so you have to get it from other places. Delaying the enemy's entrance in here will allow you to do some additional damage, but also allow you to get a little bit more energy. The time prerequisite for the Annihilate will be reduced as well, which is Annihilate ability is very strong. So after 18 seconds, he becomes more powerful. This will do, that is right, guys, it will reduce it by 3.75 seconds, making Zolrath just an absolute monster when it comes to running him in the tower, which is the reason those 5, particularly with the team comp, work out very well. Now, there are a couple other Hypogean heroes, such as Mizoth. Mizoth is a hero that will perform well until you get into level deficiencies. And that is the problem that we see with tanks. So tanks don't have the ability, the damage mitigation, to really survive when it comes to level deficiencies. That's the reason Scrag Invade drops off. That's the reason a lot of players drop off with Arthur, is tanks are lacking the damage mitigation to really offset the damage. But on the other side, we do have 2 other heroes, which I would recommend just unlocking. You really don't have to build either of those. The first one being Mortis. Mortis is a hero, doesn't need the signature item, doesn't need his furniture. He will actually buff with his empowerment ability. And then if he dies, ultimately feeding Lucretia more power. Once this empowerment is up, it will make a big difference when it comes to winning the battle. And again, versus building, let's say, a Mahira or Khazard or even Zolrath up to a usable level, with Mortis, you only have to have him unlocked. It's similar to what we see with Skarath with the pull, similar to what we see with Lorzen with the link. As long as you can get him to ult once or twice, you're usually pretty good with him, even if he dies, because he doesn't bring much damage, but this empowerment ability, allies are granted 40% of the attack rating and 40 attack speed, which is huge, guys. That is a huge buff. Then, of course, the other one, Leofric. Leofric is the same way. You really don't have to build him up too high with the signature item or with the furniture. If you can, of course, it's going to help him. But ultimately, you just want him in there for the crowd control that he provides. Which, again, I would unlock him just to have him in there as a support and as a debuffer. Again, feeding into Lucretia when it comes to this build. So, guys, again, priority for really building these. And this is just particular, and this is exclusive to the tower. Building Lucretia first, followed by Aziz. Aziz, because he is available in the shop, relatively easier to build, followed by Mahira for the crowd control. We have Khazard in there for the extension of the crowd control as well as the debuffs on the enemies. And then Zolrath being built out as well will do very well. So again, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think about the priorities. And again, this is just for the Hypogean Tower or the Hypogean Infernal Fortress, really pushing in here. That is the priority for the heroes. So again, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.